Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, episode 6, or season 1, episode 6.
Fitz? Was it called Fitz?
No, I
No.
spelled it right. It's VZT.
Oh, like
Yes.
the electric shock?
Yes,
Supposed to sound
yes. I'm
Okay.
not quite sure how I'm supposed to pronounce it. So,
VZT.
okay,
VZT.
yes. I'm your host, Dom. With me, I have Mike.
On this episode, you will hear us trying to pronounce VZT all episode. Hi.
And Clio.
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
Probably.
Good.
It's going well.
Yeah.
So, it's been a long time since me and Mike watched the episode, but Clio, you just watched it like 10 minutes ago.
I did.
So,
'Cause I'm prepared.
it's nice and fresh in your brain.
It is.
We took a little vacation, so yeah, we're coming back and trying to catch up now. But yeah.
I'll admit I just watched it 10 minutes ago, too, to finish the show notes.
Oh, perfect. There we go. So what did you guys think of this episode?
I thought it was very good.
I enjoyed it, like I have been most of the episodes.
Yeah. I
Good
feel
show.
like this. Yeah. I feel like this episode's a little different because this show, I don't know why, it just feels like it's taking a very long time to get off the ground. And it's episode 6 and we only just get, character development for 2 of the major characters.
Are they 2 of the major characters?
Yes? I mean, they're 5 main characters.
I mean, I don't really give the crap about Fitzsimmons.
You serious?
I don't like them.
Really?
Really?
I kind of do. Now they're growing on me.
They're on the team. I mean, whether you like them or not, they're major characters.
I guess.
Like looking at Firefly and saying Simon's not a major character.
Yeah, I guess.
Although we should not be comparing this show to Firefly.
Why not?
No.
Joss Whedon did both of them.
I know, and that's why I think we should be comparing it.
Firefly was really good.
So in terms of that, did you think what was it, Simmons? Did you think she was gonna die?
Oh, it was close. I really did think for a second that they were going to kill her off.
Knowing that Joss Whedon was such a kill-off characters that people really like, I was on the fence. I could have seen him killing her off, but you know what? I don't think we love her enough yet.
I think this episode kind of made you care for her.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
go to reference Firefly again. Everybody loved Wash, and then he got impaled.
Spoilers.
The movie was 8 years ago.
Kidding.
If you haven't seen it yet.
I'm kidding.
So I think the reason that they didn't kill her off was because it's expected. Because everybody that knows him expects him to start killing characters off. So
Yeah.
They also
I
couldn't
think
kill her off
they
yet
played around like that.
because it's Fitzsimmons. They reference her and Fitz as one character quite often.
Mm-hmm. It
It was
doesn't mean
never-
they can't do it.
Well, true, but they wouldn't. It's too early because they wouldn't be able to do Fitzsimmons anymore.
It is fairly early.
That doesn't mean they can't do it.
No, that's true.
All right, well,
True.
anyway, let's get into some of the other nitty-gritty details. We had Agent Coulson, who was seemingly ordered to have a physical by his therapist. I knew something was fishy right off the bat, just the fact that they had to mention it. Like I feel like I'm, and I know you guys are probably as well, but as a smart viewer, you know that everything that they mention gets done for a reason. So you knew it was going to come up later. If not in this episode, it was going to be something else. But did you guys have any indication that it was him just doing it himself, or did you think this was going to be something else?
I actually did think he went to a physical therapist, but I also did think something was up because in past episodes they talked about how he feels weird, or like he had a problem shooting the gun or something, reloading the gun or something. There was something wrong with his muscle memory. So I figured it was just that, and he had gone to the physical therapist out of like paranoia.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was to do with that because he had mentioned, I'm just off for multiple times now.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm off. I'm not the same.
A lot. That's another thing about the show, and I love it, and I think it's great, but they repeat everything over and over again.
See, now it's bothering you. It wasn't getting you at first.
It's not.
It got me.
It's not,
got me
okay.
3 episodes in is when it started bothering me.
It's not just that they mention every episode that Coulson died. It's that there are a bunch of things that they repeat, and not just that they repeat them in different ways. It's sometimes word for word.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The other show that kind of does that, and I don't really want to go on a side tangent about another show, is Elementary, which is another show that I love, and it seems like they redundantly explain things to you that even within the same episode, which that's kind of frustrating. I could see maybe over the span of a few episodes having to repeat something that happened because you're banking on the fact that your audience is not going to watch every single episode. But when you start doing it within the episode, that's when it starts getting frustrating. But yeah. So the other thing we've been talking about a lot on this show is this show really needs a supervillain, and we already saw the birth of Graviton when we were going through the forest before, and you find the guy floating due to an electrical disturbance. Were you guys expecting Graviton?
No,
Well, I kind of was a little.
I wasn't. Well, I mean, you say that the show needs a supervillain. And I mean, while it's not a supervillain, it's an evil organization. The Centipede? Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we know that they're kind of like the crux of the nemesis pool here. And so we kind of have something to anchor us to the antagonistic side. But yeah, how I feel this is going to play out is we're going to get towards the end of the season the really major supervillain, and right now we just have stuff and Caterpillar building up to Centipede. Centipede building up towards the end where we're gonna get that supervillain.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of expected bodies floating, just hovering there.
Yeah, but it was electricity.
True.
It wasn't.
I didn't know how they were going to pull it. So, I mean, I could have thought that, but, electricity works similar to gravity. So, as far as the attraction shit.
I would say something, but I never took physics.
An object in motion stays in motion?
I'm extremely oversimplifying.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, I don't know. I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of other character development in this. It was mainly focused on
there was
Fitz and Simmons.
But there was.
Where?
There was Coulson development, which we haven't really. I mean, we haven't really got that Coulson development. Coulson has just been Coulson. There's a couple mentions of him being weird or him being dead, but here we only have Coulson saying, "Yeah, I'm worried something's wrong with me." Right. We have a bit of Coulson development.
Well, he stated that he actually died, and he saw the other side in this episode. So, what do you think he saw?
He says he saw. He just said, "I saw," the other side, or however he put it.
And he said
it was beautiful.
Maybe he saw Tahiti.
Maybe. God, it's a magical place.
I
don't know if he was actually that's what he saw, if he was just saying it to make that guy feel better.
The way he was acting, he definitely was telling at least the base of truth.
Yeah, he was definitely telling, there was some basis in truth there, I guess, but
I think he was being sincere.
All right. I don't know.
Wild Jasper appears.
Kitty.
Kitty!
So, I don't know, do you think that some of the electrical discharge, he was using that to help make the guy feel better?
What
Uh,
electrical discharge?
no, the way I wrote it in the notes, I think I wrote it wrong. I called him the impending electrical discharge.
Oh. Yeah, I think he was, trying to make his transition to dying a little more bearable. Because Coulson knows how that is, and he had to do it alone. He died
Yeah,
alone.
he did,
Well,
kind of.
Nick Fury was there.
After he gave away his Captain America lunchbox stickers, trading cards,
Trading cards.
stickers, trading cards.
Yeah.
Was there gum in those trading cards, like that rock hard gum that like you go to bite it and it snaps into 1,000 pieces? Like Cleo's looking at me with like 12 heads over here. You've never bought a pack of baseball cards with the gum in them that is like a stick that's so brittle, like if you look at it, it just disintegrates?
I never bought baseball cards myself. I did have baseball cards. Also, I maybe liked gum for 2 years of my life, and then never did it again.
The gum was so stale by the time you bought it, and the worst part was the cards were like made and printed that year. So it's not like they were sitting long.
Oh yeah.
So I actually found a pack of cards at a shop just recently, and I didn't realize that there was gum in the pack, and I opened it up, and sure enough, there was gum there. And this was something it was not printed since I think it was 1984, something like that. And they did not remove the gum, and I'm gonna just let you know right now that was a very interesting experience trying to chew that.
Did you really try to chew it?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. It's a good question. Why would I think any different?
I got a new name for this show. The Tangent. This is like the third or fourth tangent.
Not quite that tangent-y yet.
It's completely on topic. We're talking about trading cards.
Coulson's trading cards. Did they come with gum?
Wait, where's that a tangent? I'm asking you, did they come with gum?
All right, okay, what's the next question?
Did they come with gum?
Possibly.
I'm reading chat, and we got Night Chicken in there going, yeah, talking about bubblegum on a S.H.I.E.L.D. show. On topic. Alright, so Agent Ward, he's been awfully rough on Skye lately. Do you kind of agree with that? I mean, she did just
get that?
Agree with it.
Agree with it.
Because she did just lie to them all.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
So, yeah. I mean, she was not lying with malicious intent.
No.
So
she's lying to protect someone. No, do not bring up Prancer.
God.
And then I said it out loud. What have I done?
Do I agree with Ward? In a certain respect, yes, I do. I mean, in his mind, she lied to the team. She couldn't be trusted, blah, blah, blah. But then at the same time, I don't agree because, she wasn't... Yeah, she was not doing it with malicious intent. She really didn't hurt anybody in the process.
Didn't she, though?
I mean, she did.
She kind of... Oh, yeah.
Broke their trust.
She broke their trust, but, I don't know. I lost my point.
Go ask Prancer.
I think she's right in trying to gain back their trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going about it the right way.
Ward might be too hard on her, but I don't think he's that, out of...
Out of line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I don't know. Then we have Agent May. She feels that her direct solution to problem solving is, let's go kick down a door and then interrogate the kid with the cookie. Do you agree with her methods? Like,
well, I mean, she knows that kid's not guilty.
Right.
She just wanted to make sure that he was telling her the truth.
She's pretty straightforward. Sorry.
No, and she is scary.
Mm-hmm. She
hands me a cookie. I'm not sure I would eat it.
I don't think I would eat it either. No, she's just the direct, to the point, no, no bullshit character, I guess.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like, door's locked. Oh, we could, hayloft's open. We could climb up, or we could ram it with the door. And while they're discussing this, she just kicks the door down. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
what is that? No, but I mean, she's interrogating this kid back and forth, the kid and her, and I'm expecting is she gonna stare him to death until he pees himself? Is she gonna slam the table and say, "Tell me what you know"? It's just have a cookie.
No, she's not the slam the table.
No,
tell
she's
me
not.
What you know kind.
No, she's not.
She could be, not to a kid though.
No, you're right. She could be, and when she yells for the first time, it's gonna be the scariest thing we've ever seen.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
Oh my
but
god.
It's not going to be a little kid, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be someone who deserves it, like Coulson.
Yeah.
Coulson.
She's gonna chew Coulson a new asshole because he's gonna do something stupid.
Probably, eventually.
Like steal her cookies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My cookies.
Yeah.
After she kicks his door in.
Yes.
She's gonna take or he's gonna take all the cookies. It's gonna be delicious. But Coulson, when Simmons was infected, he noticed something right off the bat. And did you guys think at the time she was in extreme danger, or I don't know where else I want to take it, but yeah.
As soon as that thing was floating, I'm like, oh no, she's got it. Oh, because I knew something was when she was getting really excited about. Oh, it's so new. This virus is so fast. It's like something's gonna happen with that virus. Fuck.
Now, my question is, were you expecting her to actually die from it?
Didn't we just discuss this?
We discussed that.
We did already. So, I mean, yeah, was she in danger? Yes, the character was in danger. Yes. But do you think, you're not... yeah. Whatever.
See,
she could have died. She was very close, and it was clutch.
Here's the thing. I wasn't concerned at all, because
that's what I mean.
Even though it's a Joss Whedon kind of production here, and he's got the reputation for killing the characters off, as you guys kind of mentioned, it is too early in the show, and I didn't feel the team was really in any imminent danger at all. So I was just like, they're gonna find a cure. They're gonna find a cure. Even when they injected her with the final thing, or injected the rat with the final thing, and then the rat died, I was still like, they're gonna figure something out before the episode ends. They're not gonna kill her. And then she jumped out the plane, and I'm like, well, one of them is gonna jump out and save her. And I was like, there's no way in hell it's gonna be Fitz. But, I don't know. I was not even concerned at all for that character whatsoever. And even if something did happen, it wouldn't have affected me, because I don't care for her.
I like her. You're a heartless bitch.
Whoa. It's not the first time I've heard that. But
is this channel just gonna be me defending a bunch of characters? Because I feel like that's how these shows have been going so far.
Yeah.
Defend them.
Okay. All right, I will.
Here's the thing. I don't hate her.
No, I know.
I don't think she's interesting. That's all.
Yet.
Right.
I think she's interesting already.
I mean, she's more interesting in this episode than she's been all series, but
yes,
like you said, it's kind of been slow character. Yeah, it's been a slow character development show. I think because probably the big reason for that is that this was originally ordered as an 11-episode series or something like that, and they got promoted up to, or bumped up to 22 just recently. So they have a little more time. Yeah, they have a little more time to explore some character development in depth. I believe. To
me that doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because it was like episode 3 when they got bumped up to 20-episode season, right?
Right.
By that time, those scripts were already written and shot.
Right.
So why would that affect how these it wouldn't affect how these episodes are going right
No, it wouldn't affect these episodes. What I'm saying is it's going to affect the remainder of the season. There's a clear story that they needed to tell in these 11 episodes to tie into the reason
Yes.
for this TV series is to tie into the movies. And
Yes, I know.
if they didn't get promoted to 22 episodes, they still had a distinct place that they needed to be before these movies come out. We already know not tomorrow night's episode, but next week's
but
episode
what
is
I'm
tying
saying-
into Thor 2. So I believe their intention here is to tie this next one into the next Marvel movie. So they had to tell
Yes.
this story and get to that place.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that they've already shot these episodes. These 11 episodes. They're already shot.
I'm not arguing that.
So how does that 22 episode promotion affect these
It
11
doesn't.
episodes?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Well, exactly.
So then
My point being is they didn't have a lot of time to do character development in these early episodes. That's why it's taken so long. The little bit that they've had is what they could do with what they had. So now that they know that they have longer, you're going to see more after probably episode 9 or 10. You're going to see more character development in these episodes. That's the point I was trying to get to.
okay, well, I just think that if they only had 11 episodes, then they would get around to character development and plot at the same time, and they would take less time getting around to everything.
See,
As an 11 episode season, I feel like this is going very slowly.
right, but see, I think the original tie-in was just to get these episodes up to the Thor 2 tie-in, and everything after that was second thought. That's the way I took this.
Okay.
I could agree with that.
So if your entire point is to get this, yeah, you're going to have some minor character development, but there's not going to be major development before that. If this is just, I don't know how much was filmed beforehand, but just look at it as an 8 episode, because we know episode 8 is the Thor 2 tie-in. So look at it as an 8 episode tie-in between Avengers and Thor, and that's it.
Okay. But, yeah, I don't know. I still think that unless everything that's happened in these 6 episodes ties directly into Thor, I still think that a lot of it just feels like not necessarily filler, but I don't think they're managing it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree with you on that. That's
Okay.
100% agreement. I'm not saying that the development is
Yeah.
is not at a good pace, because it's not. But I also think there's a lot of pressure from the movie studio to get them to the place that they need to be.
Yeah.
And can't really go off on a lot of these side stories.
Yeah.
So, were you expecting an alien virus as the cause of this, or like direct link
No.
to the Chitauri, or were you expecting this to be something more supervillain related?
I mean, it depends on what point of the episode. Like when I never expected it to be until they said so.
Right, that's yeah. Up until, when they outright said, "Oh, it's an alien virus." I mean, my initial thought, some form of seeing graviton, but then as it went on, it seemed to be more electricity based, and the brain took over and like, oh yeah, you've seen static charges attract and repel shit, so. And then it's like another villain-ish guy like the last episode with powers, the guy with the fire and everything. Maybe this guy spouts electricity. Who knows? So, alien virus was the last thing I thought of.
Yeah.
It really was. It would have been the last thing I said, probably.
Yeah, I didn't.
Out of everything in the world.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that the firefighters that responded to the New York attack kept the Chitauri helmet? Like, you couldn't have called that. There's no way, But
And when they show the guy cleaning the helmet, you're thinking he's using the helmet somehow. It's giving him some kind of power that the Chitauri had.
Right.
Because, I mean, all of their vehicles flew. Those giant worm things flew. How did they fly? Stuff like that. And then it's like, no, it was a virus he caught from the helmet. What?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Now, how did they explain that? Was the camp counselor that died, did he clean it first?
They didn't explain it. They said that they took it home as a trophy they noticed that there was rust on it, and they just cleaned it.
Right.
They
And
were bored and they.
Yeah, and Simmons said that there was, that it wasn't rust, but it was an organic material containing, a dormant Chitauri virus.
Yeah.
Right. So I was more curious as to why they didn't all get it at the same time.
Yeah.
Incubation period?
I mean, yeah, there's that, their immune system and whatnot. Everybody's immune system is different. So
Yeah.
they could explain it that way. It was just too convenient for a story to be done one after the other. But yeah. I do know we saw the guy cleaning the helmet after the other guy had died. He took the thing off, so they may not have all cleaned it at the same time. We don't really know for sure.
True.
Yeah.
It's very true.
But I don't know what else, the facilities that they've been using the names of, like Slingshot, Sandbox. They're having a lot of fun with these names.
Yeah.
So what other names do you think that we're gonna see? Do you think we're gonna see the Seesaw?
The seesaw.
Maybe not the seesaw.
The swing set?
The swing set. The seesaw. I don't know what else. The scrapbook.
Scrap.
I don't know,
Well,
it's just these random arbitrary names. It's like, S.H.I.E.L.D. has ordered us to take this device to the slingshot. And it's like, okay, what the hell is the slingshot?
Well, I mean, we haven't. I
The
guess I
bus?
always assumed the sandbox was some and like, yeah, I don't have a reason for slingshot, but I always assume code names like these have hidden meanings.
It almost seems like they're stuff that you would see at a school. And I know, like, you're like, slingshot at a school. But yeah, kids bring their slingshots to recess. They're shooting things. Like, you have the bus, the sandbox, the slingshot.
Yeah.
Like,
The
it all
bus. Yeah,
seems
you're
like...
right.
Yeah, it all seems like a school kind of theme to it, almost. So, that's why I was like, swing set, and seesaw. Or what's that other one that you sit on and that spins and...
The carousel.
Is that what it's
No,
called? It's not
the-
a carousel.
The playground version, like it's you grab onto the bar and you run around, and
I
then
think it's still called the carousel, actually.
No, it's not.
No, there's an actual name for it. I just know you grab onto the bar and you start running around and then you trip and you fall and you hit your teeth on it and then your mouth is bleeding everywhere.
I've seen it referred to as a carousel. I don't know if there's another name for it. The spinny wheel of doom.
The
How about
monkey
the ju-
bars. We
the
need the
jungle
monkey
gym?
bars. Yeah, monkey bars, jungle gym. Cookies,
The slide.
The cookies.
bubble gum.
The cookies is the code name for the interrogation area.
Coulson's bubble gum.
Coulson's. That's where he keeps his Captain America memorabilia.
If you would take a notice at chat, it would say Mike is right. It's called the carousel.
I don't trust John.
Oh.
Don't trust John. Don't do it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, come on. It's so rare that people say I'm right that I have to take this one.
No, I'm not taking it. I refuse.
I know things about stuff too, sir.
Mike looks extremely unhappy with my decision not to accept his answer.
Well,
Very unhappy.
moving on.
So we were talking about the character development and stuff, and this I think is the first time we see Fitz and Simmons actually have their own unique dynamic. Like, we got some character development from each of them individually instead of them as a whole. Did you guys enjoy the development here?
Yes.
Yeah, it was definitely, needed. It's about time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, Fitzsimmons seem to be like the characters we know the least about. Like, they talk a lot and they say, smart things, but we don't really know about them as people. We know about them as scientists.
Yeah, it shows, that they kind of are the same person-ish. I mean, they have the differing opinions and everything like that, but, in the beginning of the episode, Ward's like, sorry, Fitz, it's too heavy. It's just an ounce too heavy, whatever. He leaves, it's like, I'm Agent Grant Ward, and I can shoot the legs off a flea at 500 yards, if there's no wind. And then Simmons comes in a few minutes later. Like, was it the night pistol again? Yeah. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm Agent
Of
Grant
course it
Ward,
was.
and I could rupture your spleen with my left pinky, blindfolded." So, I mean, it shows how they're similar. And then later in the episode, it shows how they're different. How it was Simmons' fault that Fitz is on this mission in the first place. Like, she can talk him into it. It's called a carousel.
I don't think he needed that much talking into it, you know. He wanted to do it.
Dom, it's a carousel.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the picture say?
Are you seriously on a browser looking up equipment?
I am.
It's called a carousel.
That says it's called a merry-go-round, but I'm still not buying that. But
A
anyway, keep going.
merry-go-round.
Keep going. No, there's an actual name for it. I'll find it. Go ahead.
You'll find
Keep
it.
going.
Close the window, Dom.
Nope, not doing it.
Anyway. All right, keep looking.
I am.
I'll go to the next question. How's that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
I can't talk more about the dynamic. I'm out of ideas.
Well, what about when Fitz?
Okay, so I'll talk more about the dynamic.
Good.
I don't know how I feel about there being a possible romance between them. I think it's too easy.
Yeah.
But then also it's not easy because I feel like Fitz, the guy, right? Fitz is the guy. Fitz is hiding something.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought it was just he was socially awkward because what's her name starts talking to him about relationships, and he's like, what is feeling? And I sort of
What is love? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Go ahead. Show your scene that your webpage that's gonna prove.
Stop it.
It's called a roundabout.
Hey, read down. Both roundabout and merry-go-round are also common synonyms for carousel.
But it's called a roundabout.
No, it's called a carousel.
So what
Roundabout.
I think,
Roundabout
I thought
cinema.
that was just being socially awkward, but what I think now is that he might be hiding something because at the end she kisses him on the cheek and he's looking all like, like not, like he's happy. You can see he's happy about it a little bit.
Right.
But there's something that's bothering him, that's disturbing him, that makes him maybe not ready for whatever could happen between him and Simmons.
Well, yeah. There is that.
What about, like, Fitz clearly wanted to stay out. Like, he wanted, I don't know, like, he didn't want to be infected. He, like, all of a sudden, like, he's just off to himself, like, this whole episode. And then it, like, when she gets in perilous danger and she decides to go, tricks him and decides to go jumping out of the plane, he starts putting a backpack on like he's gonna go jump. I knew he wasn't going to.
This is after throwing himself into the quarantine room with her,
right,
to help finish the anti-serum,
right.
So
he was scared.
Yeah,
like he didn't want to get by the germs because he didn't want to get sick. He didn't want anything to happen. But when things already happened, when Simmons was in danger, he was like, you know what? The only way to do it is to go in there and help her. And that's the only way I can help her. So he did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
Fitz saves the day.
And I really do believe that he jumped out of the plane if Ward didn't come running in like James Bond.
I don't think he would have. And if he did, he wouldn't have saved her. He wouldn't have been able to.
Exactly. He would have done it. He may have failed, but he would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, Ward knew what he had to do immediately.
I could kind of see that.
He knows what he's doing.
I could kind of see that, but I could also see him getting to the edge of the plane and just before he jumps, just like, I can't do this.
I don't know. I think if he knew she was going to die.
Yeah, but then if he didn't do it, then, there's some dramatic stuff for the rest of the season. I let my best friend die.
Yeah.
Which would have been awesome character development.
More so.
Maybe not more so, because there is something he's hiding, and that could be a whole Fitzsimmons plot point for later on.
Very well could be.
He's digging that pit of lies.
As he's riding around on the roundabout.
It's a fucking carousel.
It's a roundabout.
I wish I was there for last week's Once Upon a Time. Not just because of the tangents and I would have yelled at you, but because I had a lot of opinions about the boys digging that pit of lies.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, so
Pit dumps rocks.
So let's go to the final question here. My favorite topic of all of S.H.I.E.L.D., which we all know. Coulson died and came back. Did you guys know that?
No, thank you for telling me.
Yeah, I don't know. I missed that the first maybe 7 times that they've said it, because I know there was an episode that they've said it twice now.
Only
and
7.
We're in episode 6, so there's a minimum of 7 times that they've mentioned it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have confirmation in this one that he died and came back to life. That's the only little tiny bit of extra, because I know Mike has been going off that he's a clone and he's this and he's that, and he's not.
mean, what we need is flashback proof. I won't believe anything that's being said without flashback proof.
Because of in the pilot how Agent Hill and that doctor got together and he's like, he really doesn't know what happened, does he?
Yes.
Nope, but he could never find out. It's all because of that I'm not accepting
Yes.
he just died and was brought back. You know, like they shocked him back and saved his life or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, no, obviously it's more than that, but I don't think he's in a new body. I don't think he was cloned. Like, they healed him. They did something.
Yeah, there was something. But it wasn't, what he and May think it was.
And everything comes at a cost. So it's like, why are they not telling him? Because of whatever the repercussions were, the consequences.
Why are they not telling him? Because it's S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's that. Yeah, they're an Agents of
It's
Secrecy.
S.H.I.E.L.D. They don't share. And I was joking with my dad because Coulson was like to whatever the fuck that other agent was. He's like, I'd like to see you try and break up my team. And I go, Coulson goes rogue. I think Coulson's gonna go rogue. He's gonna fight the system.
Maybe, and if he does go rogue, though, unfortunately, he's gonna end up going back before the next Avengers movie, because they're gonna want him tied into S.H.I.E.L.D. for the next Avengers movie. So if they do, he's gonna flip-flop back and forth.
Yes, because there's always shady stuff going on with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Gray areas.
And especially if we're diving into the Ultron stories, there's a lot of stuff that could could need Coulson to go rogue or could need Fury to go rogue. It happens in the comics, and it could happen in the movie.
This is true. So next week, go ahead.
One last point. Do you think they'll stop now that, May and Coulson had that little heart-to-heart and it's like, you died, whether it was for 8 seconds or 40 seconds, that changes people. And do you think that means they'll stop mentioning it now?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there was a little, like, if Coulson and May get together, I think I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I can see
had
that.
a little, she's like, unbutton your shirt, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, God.
Next week on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, so next week, aka tomorrow, for S.H.I.E.L.D., we have episode 7, which is called The Hub. And it says, dangerous secrets are being kept from Coulson's team, and he works the system to save Ward and Fitz when they are sent on a level 8 classified mission that may end in tragedy.
Oh, Ward and Fitz. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be like, I'm doing it again. I want to compare it to Firefly, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Compare it. Go ahead. No, compare it.
It's going to be like Mal and Wash.
Yes, exactly the feeling I'm getting.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 characters who, because Wash always disagreed with Mal, and then they went on this mission together, and it's like, I mean, they're getting tortured for how long, and all they're doing is arguing with each other.
Oh my God, I love it.
It was just freaking hilarious.
But yeah, no, I like that synopsis. There's a lot of potential for this to be another very good episode.
So my question is, if they're on a level, if they're all clearance level 7, and these are level 7 missions, what the fuck is a level 8 mission? I mean, they're dealing with potential superpowers and all kinds of things like that. What's level 8 gonna be?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like level 7 might just have incomplete information about things, like Coulson dying. 7 knows that was dead for 8 seconds or whatever.
I mean,
and that's what they're told.
Level
like
7
could just.
Yeah, but level 7 is like, Coulson died. The Avengers aren't even level fucking 7.
Yeah, well, Coulson knows about that, so.
Right.
Yeah.
But higher level 8 might just have more dangerous information.
Well, the title of the episode is The Hub, and to me, this seems like the center of the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. This is where all the other branches branch out from. So, we're definitely going to be seeing more S.H.I.E.L.D. members, more characters like that. I'd expect some kind of guest appearance somewhere. So, I don't know.
Guess like Nina Hill, guess like Nick Fury, guess like...
Maybe the girl we saw in the first one. I always forget her name. Episode 1. The girl from How I Met Your Mother.
Nina Hill.
Is that her? Okay. Yeah. I probably expect to see Nina Hill. I don't think we're going to see Nick Fury.
I want to see the Doctor, because that's...
Shepard.
I was going to call him Booker. Shepard.
Yep.
Shepard.
It does say that there's going to be guest stars from Agent Jasper Sitwell, Agent Victoria Hand, Agent Shaw. I really don't know who any of those characters are off the top of my head.
Shaw sounds familiar.
Agent Shaw.
Was Shaw the one in this episode, or?
Not sure.
Is Shaw a different one?
Not sure.
Let me see.
And then
scroll down. Let me see.
Marta and Vladimir. I don't even know. So.
God, what a name!
Sitwell. Wait. Sitwell. I know Sitwell. Why do I know Sitwell?
Jasper Sitwell. Jasper's my cat. So.
Jasper does sit well on your lap.
He does. He sits very well.
And how about the other one? This sounds like a Bond name. Agent Victoria Hand.
What does chat say? I can't see.
Chat's just me
talking.
being logged in on Omikin's account.
Oh,
her
that's
being logged
you?
in.
Yeah,
that's both of us typing. I typed Tony Stark as level 0 because Night Chicken says, I think Tony Stark is like level 5. I'm like, no, Tony Stark is level 0 likely. He just hacks all his information.
Yeah, that's true.
You think they tell him fucking anything?
No. They don't. They would not volunteer any information to Tony Stark.
I'm glad you clarified that, Mike, because for a second there, I thought Umi had like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde going on. Like she was arguing with herself. So, Mike, Umikins, I don't know which one you are. Where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Thilladren, THILLADREN, excuse me.
Is
that
spelled? Is that spelled with a cough?
That is not spelled with a cough.
Okay.
It is. Don't lie, Mike.
Clio, where can the people find you?
Are we really done already? I feel like I could talk about this for another hour.
We're really done. Unless you want to ride on the roundabout for a little bit, we can ride on that.
Not at all.
It is a carousel. It says roundabout is a synonym for carousel. Carousel is the main word.
Y'all gotta shut up.
You can find her on Clio Moto on Twitter.
The Wikipedia entry is named the roundabout.
She's gonna kick me in the nuts when she sees me Saturday.
So, yes.
You can find me on most social media, Cliomoto, CLIOMOTO, and you can find me on YouTube at LIOSMFVIDS.
It stands for Leo motherfucking videos.
Fuck!
What? It does? I'm telling you the truth.
And guess what? You can find me on Twitter at Phenomadom.
He has a Twitter now.
ENOMEDOM. Phenomadom. And you can find us on YouTube and Facebook at ASOTV Podcast. So until next week, we'll be riding the roundabout over
No, we
and
won't.
over
No, we won't.
and
Carousel,
over.
carousel,
Wrecking
carousel,
ball.
carousel.
We'll be riding a wrecking ball.
Wrecking ball's coming through your house, Tom.
As I'm riding a roundabout.